The Thunderbolts. It's coming out, or just Thunderbolts coming out. It's the new MCU Marvel movie. It comes out this weekend, and I had a chance to see it. Roxy Striar had a chance to see it, and a lot of people got a chance to see it. Hence the reviews and the reason you saw this video. The reviews are in. What are people saying about it? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be a stink fest? I don't know what Roxy thinks about it. I have no idea. I know she saw it, but we'll talk about that. I think something that only I saw. I doubt Roxy saw, but maybe I'm wrong. The Smashing Machine trailer hit with the Rock, and it's his A24 dramatic movie. How does that one look? One that I definitely didn't see, and I'm choosing not to on purpose, and that's the new Now You See Me trailer. But I know that it hit, so we're gonna discuss that shit, man. And then there's some TV stuff going on. Lots of TV stuff. Lots of TV right now. Big TV shows. So Roxy will be covering that. So no shortage of things to discuss on today's show. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe, do all that and more as we get ready for the show. It's the Kristian Harloff Show, everybody. Me and Roxy. Let's do it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kristian Harloff Show. Joining me on this wonderful Tuesday, Roxy Striar. Hello, Roxy.
Hi, Kristian.
How are you?
How are ya?
It's nice to see you.
Is it?
Yeah, always nice to see you.
Thanks. When am I going to see you in person? You told me you were going to come back to LA all the time.
I know. I lied. I think that I didn't realize as far as my family's probably going to be taking a trip out there, and I had opted probably for like a week, and I had opted not to do that because
they're going to come and you're not coming with them.
I'll probably stay with my in-laws, and probably not because where would I shoot my show? And during the middle of summer when all the business, I mean, I could still see screenings out there, obviously. Where am I going to see stuff? I mean, where am I going to see stuff? Where am I going to shoot stuff? Right.
Talk to Greg.
I know, but like to impose on him for a full week to do my shows,
I have no idea. Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of different people. Like, if I had the setup for it, you could.
I know, of course.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point. So right now, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick around, but I'll eventually get there. Brett actually is working on his YouTube channel. He sent me his what he's working on right now, and it's good. He's got some tweaks and stuff he's doing to it, but it's good.
But what about the studio that he works out of? I feel like they're pretty chill.
I couldn't drive there every day.
But you're making up a lot of excuses when I'm giving you solutions.
Yeah, I'm telling you the reason why it wouldn't work. Too far away.
Is it?
Yeah.
It will take you half an hour to get there.
Hell no. It's like an hour and 15 minutes both ways. Easy. Anyway, who gives a shit? We got things to talk about. So last night, I'm sure, Roxy, you saw the Thunderbolts. And so the reviews are already in. And I'm very curious because I did my out of the theater reaction yesterday. I saw it 10:30 in the morning.
I have to assume you loved this.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what.
We'll see. When are we going to see?
Very soon, because I'm going to tell you about other people before I tell you about you and me, and I'm going to also guess that you really liked it. But we will talk about that in just a moment here.
So odd.
Yes, it is. Reviews are now in for Marvel Studios Thunderbolts. 72 reviews counted. Titles at 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, which puts it on par with the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Shang-Chi, and Spider-Man Homecoming. The site has removed its average rating scores recently, so it's not clear how much of the positive reception is simply liking it or loving it. Over on Metacritic, the film's pulling in a 70 out of 100, on par with Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain America: The Winter Soldier. The reviews all seem to indicate the film's return to form of source for Marvel, with a focus on characters and a contained story, as opposed to focusing on Easter eggs and setting up other films. Sample of the reviews here comes. Liz Shannon Miller is always getting love from this site up top, and I'm glad to hear it. In many ways, Thunderbolts feels like a breath of fresh air and a notable step forward for the MCU as a whole, which is pretty remarkable, given that this is a cast of characters with literal point is that they're loose ends left adrift. David Ulrich from IndieWire says that this simple and relatively spirited return to basics is definitely a step in the right direction for the MCU. That direction is still backwards. Ouch. Thunderbolts is a refreshing offering from MCU that takes plenty of big swings and occasionally misses. The movie cares more about the characters and relationships on screen than the franchise at large, and that means we do too. Let's see, Alonzo. What's Alonzo say? If the Avengers was the movie 2012 America needed, reveling in Obama-era exuberance while reeling from 9/11, the Thunderbolts fits 2025, presenting a world where everything kind of sucks and powerful people seem intent on crafting your demise. P.S. Who is Roxy Striar? That's what he says. Megan O'Keefe. Thunderbolts is far from a cinematic masterpiece, but it's a much-needed course correction for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Anybody else we know there? No, nobody else. But it seems like everybody kind of dug it. And again, a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes. I am part of that 92. I enjoyed this movie thoroughly. I thought it was a really solid. I agree with one of those breakdowns there, Rox, where it said that this movie is kind of focuses more on a contained story, characters. There's humor in it for sure, but it doesn't bombard it. It's not just about the bit. It's not just about Easter eggs. Florence Pugh's excellent lead. I thought the chemistry was really good and it worked for me, but I don't know. What about for yourself?
Yeah, I would think that this is so up your alley, Kristian, because I feel like it combines so many things that you give a crap about. I thought it was really, really powerful movie. I liked it a lot. I am pleasantly surprised with how high of a Rotten Tomatoes score it has. My theater seemed to love it though, but walking out, I was like, I bet that this hits 80. Like this, I think that is really good. But it being in the 90s, that's unbelievable for this. I'm not one of those people who's out here like, this means that Marvel is back, because I know the trajectory of what we're doing next. And we have to wait till Fantastic Four comes out, and then we need to wait until the next Avengers movie comes out for me to feel like we've strung together a few that people seem to love. But for this movie, I was just so happy with it. I thought that they did an excellent job. I love the cast. I love how different this was than any other Motley Crue movie. You know what I mean? Like
Suicide Squad movie, right?
Yeah, Suicide Squad or Guardians or any other like group gang team up, but kind of like not meant to be together type of movie.
Yeah.
This just was different. It took a big swing. It landed. I think your biggest issue with Guardians, Guardians 2, where everybody's got the jokes. This was the exact opposite of that. This one, the funny characters have jokes and the serious characters are super serious.
Yeah. And even when they do something like humorous, it's like it fits their character's narrative.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
and you're kind of laughing at them. It's not like a bunch. So that was great. I also thought that this had, honestly, I've been thinking about this last night. Maybe my favorite score of any MCU movie.
Really good score.
I was blown away, and I come to find out Son Lux is who did Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh wow!
So I was like, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, did you like the director too, because you were a big fan of Beef?
I love this. I thought that this director absolutely crushed, and I think that the combination of this director, this composer, this not being part of like the Marvel machine, was really, really great to see, because visually they did something different. The way it sounded was different. It was still in the Marvel world, but even the way that certain ideas physically manifest in this, just the visuals of that, I thought could have been corny and crap.
Yeah.
And after watching Captain America, where, I actually liked that movie, but I thought the visuals in there were like such a bummer. There were so many visuals where it was like
badly edited.
Just poorly edited things that I was like, what? With that budget? How? This felt the opposite, where it was like that could have looked really bad, but instead it looked amazing.
It looked solid, and it didn't look overproduced, and it didn't look like they blew a budget out where, and they didn't make it it wasn't too long. It really worked. I liked that the ending, I'm gonna no spoilers, was kind of non-traditional. It's different. I liked the focus on mental health throughout it, and the way that they played it, and the way that they really made it work with the characters themselves. I thought Lewis Pullman was a standout for sure.
I think he is going to be an Oscar winner one day.
I think so too. So that's my next one. I'm interviewing him tomorrow.
You're making a joke again?
No, this one's for real. I'm interviewing him tomorrow. Would you like to join me?
Yeah.
Are you available tomorrow, my time, 2 p.m.?
Maybe.
Okay, so maybe you can do this with me.
He is like made me feel like holy crap, he is a star, and I've seen him in TV shows before, and I saw him at in Bad Times at El Royale, or is that the name of that movie? The
Like that, yeah.
Good Time, Bad Time.
Was he in that? He was in that, wasn't he?
Yes. I've seen him in a lot of things, but nothing like this where I felt like after this he's just going to be an absolute household name. Like this
It's
is
his biggest. It's his biggest role. It's his biggest role that he stands out the most in, for sure. And he knew, and what I said in my review and in reaction, he knew the assignment of what this character was. He
clearly
knew, yeah. And
I think that in another person's hands, this could have been a really cheesy,
corny,
uncomfortable. Yeah,
easily.
so great. But I also think Florence Pugh, Kristian, holy crap.
She's absolutely 100% a movie star. There's no doubt about it. And she's really good in this role. But what I said in my review, what I said in my theater reaction, I hope Kevin Feige does not do the same thing he did for Multiverse of Madness when people ask him, is there anything else we need to see before we see this? And he goes, no. You can see this on a standalone. You have to see the Black Widow movie to really to lock into this movie and understand her backstory.
I think you also need to watch the Captain America
Winter Soldier.
Yeah. The two of them are the ones that you really need to know their backstories for.
Yeah, because the John Walker for sure. Even the debut. This is the best that we've seen of Valentina, the character.
It's the most we've seen for sure.
But even what we've seen, it just seemed like she was. I love her, but it seemed like it was Julia Louis-Dreyfus every time she was on, it was just like her, doing bits. Now it's like, oh no, and I love that you get more from her character and a little bit more of like what makes her tick, right? I don't know if I loved the assistant, but I think that was my only gripe.
Oh, I liked her.
Okay,
I know her from a show. What show?
She was in something. She was in a movie with Will Ferrell recently. Played his daughter. She's having fun.
I like her. I wonder what their plan is. I feel like that was a setup situation, but I don't know exactly for what.
Right, and I think what they also did was that by how they play Bucky into this thing is a good way for people to go, oh, this for casual fans to go, oh, it's connected through Winter Soldier, and it's recognizable. I think that there are things connected from the overall universe that it doesn't beat you over the head. It's not very Easter eggy, but it's like there are things that are mentioned and other things that are seen that you're like, oh, that's great how they incorporated that. But it's really, you go for, and which is great, you go for the performances, you go for the directing, you go for the music, you go for the emotional attachment, which is I'll say there were parts of this movie that remind me of Inception a little bit. And
I mean, obviously I know what you're talking about.
Right.
That's interesting. Yeah, I really like.
No, I'm not putting it on the quality of Inception. I'm not putting it on the quality of Inception. I'm just saying there's parts of the story that remind me of Inception.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people have been talking about how this has to do with depression and trauma and mental health, and I don't think it does that in any kind of preachy or like, here's what you need to do to solve this way. I just think it's going to be very relatable to a lot of different people, and myself included, yourself included, Kristian. I don't want to include you in that, but I just know you. So I just, all around really, really excited for this and hopefully the direction that this moves forward in. I'd be excited to see a sequel to this with more working together of whoever is still there. I don't want to give anything away, but
it's hard to say because there's also, and how they're going to be incorporated kind of moving forward. What I will tell people is definitely stick around as always for Marvel for the 2 post credits. Probably the second post credit scene is probably the best post credit scene that we've gotten for Marvel in general recently, because it'll tell you. Yeah, go ahead.
I agree, but people walking into the theater, I heard a group of people being like, I hated that post credit, and I was
the second one.
I couldn't help it. I was like, the second one, and they're like, oh, awful, and I was like,
is it Bibiani?
No, but that's hysterical. It was people I didn't know. That I've never seen, but not young people, older people that have clearly been doing this.
I don't agree with those people.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I'm sorry I cut you off.
No, it's okay. The second one is it's very important to what's going on. The first one is whatever. But the second one is very important to what's going on and moving forward, and I like the way they handled it. Speaking of best things in a while, I would say that this is the best Marvel movie since Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's the best Marvel Cinematic Universe storytelling, when I'll explain that in a second, since No Way Home, because I always say that Guardians of the Galaxy is a great standalone Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie. It doesn't necessarily push forward where the MCU is going, right? The third one, it just doesn't. It ends the trilogy and essentially ends kind of what the Guardians were doing from the first 3 phases and tells their story and ends the trilogy. And it does it in an excellent fashion, but it doesn't push forward the MCU. No Way Home pushed forward the MCU with the multiverse and everything too. This, to me, is the best one to do that since No Way Home.
I hear you. Just as movies, I prefer Guardians 3 and No Way Home.
I do too.
To this.
I do too.
But I'm saying that because I hear a lot of people saying this is the best Marvel movie since Endgame.
Wow.
Which that I think is a fair. If somebody said that to me, I wouldn't be like, no way. It's just not my favorite since Endgame, but I understand that.
Yeah, I like the scale of this movie, right? It's almost like a small, big movie. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels like it could, like, I understand why they've been promoting it in the independent kind of A24 vibe. It's not that, obviously, but the body, it is like a small film in the body of a big film. And I like that about it. And I like it because, like I said, with the ending, there's going to be some people that are disappointed with the ending because it's not a traditional Marvel ending. I thought it fit. The person I saw it with, like, really enjoyed the movie. And then said, but I didn't know if I loved that ending. And I said, yeah, I actually really loved the ending because I thought it was on par with what the movie was.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I thought it was true to the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also heard people online saying that they felt like Bucky was not utilized well in this movie.
I
think that we're used to seeing a lot of Bucky, and Bucky's the biggest of the Avengers to be in this movie.
Right.
I understand why people would think maybe he would take
his movie
of a front seat, but this is not his movie, so don't go in thinking this is
right.
a Bucky movie. But he does have maybe one of my favorite scenes in the entire movie. It's an action sequence that I thought was so cool.
Oh, there's a few really good action scenes, and there's, again, like I said, there's some smaller stuff that works, and it feels, and I understand now because the director said that there was kind of like a diehard element to what he was trying to do. And after seeing the movie, I understand certain parts of it for sure. But I think people are really going to enjoy this. And it's funny. I keep getting yesterday, and I don't know if it's the same person, but that tweeted me and was also in the live chat wants to bet $1,000, and I'm down to do it. They think that Thunderbolts will make more money than Fantastic Four. I am willing to bet definitely anything. I hope this movie does very well. I hope it does better than Fantastic Four. There's no world it does better than Fantastic Four. There's no world.
I don't say there's no world, but I'm with you that I would not make that bet.
Yeah.
I definitely think that this is going to perform worse than Fantastic Four just by the notoriety of the characters and what that means. But I understand what they're saying because the word of mouth around this is good right now. And I feel like people are really nervous that Fantastic Four might be a stinker. That seems to be the vibe in the air.
It's still going to have.
I'm with you. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's going to have July numbers, and I'm looking at the thing right now. Here's the difference, and you got to look at it tactically, right? Thunderbolts has next week, May 9th. So if they can do kind of what Sinners did with a smaller drop off and good word of mouth, which again, at 92%, they have a very good possibility of having a very good second week. And then Final Destination comes out May 16th. Different audience, so they still have a chance to make a little bit of money, but then it stops because you got Lilo and Stitch, same team.
Wait, didn't we just get an invite for something else? Isn't there a big action? Yeah.
Impossible is on the same weekend.
Okay.
So you've got Lilo and Mission, and then Karate Kids after that, and then Ballerina after that, and then How to Train Your Dragon after that. 28 years. It's boom, boom, boom. It's gonna go down and down and down and down. Now in July, Superman obviously is July 11th. July 25th is Fantastic Four. After that, Fantastic Four has no competition in that realm. The Naked Gun is an outside shot to take a little bit because I think that movie's going to do very well, but it's got nothing to knock into it. It's got Naked Gun. It's got Freakier Friday, Nobody 2, Caught Stealing, which is something that people want to see, but it's not enough to take it out. September 5th is The Conjuring, which again, different audience, but I'll still do well. But it's the last huge movie of the summer. And it's the last Marvel movie of the summer. There's no world. I'm telling you, there's no world this movie will make. And you can use it.
I don't
and
really
people will.
That take of yours, Kristian. I think 98% of people would agree with you.
I think people will and should use this footage. And if Thunderbolts winds up making a huge amount and Fantastic Four bombs, you should use this footage. I'll use this footage to go, oops, boy, was I wrong. But I just can't imagine being wrong on this for sure. Anyway, yeah. What about the people that you were with? Did they dig it too?
John really liked this. I heard people talking afterwards. Wendy Lee Zaney really liked this. Jabby really liked this. I'm trying to think of who else I heard kind of talking about it. It was, I don't know if this is how it was in New York, Kristian, but when we walked out of the theater, people were congregating, which doesn't happen a lot anymore. People weren't leaving. Everybody wanted to stand and discuss it. And not only does that not happen a lot anymore, it certainly doesn't happen with superhero movies anymore. People just like sprint out of there, but everybody wanted to talk about it. So I thought that was a pretty good sign.
That is a good sign. I went earlier in the morning, and I also don't pay attention to people when I'm out of there because I'm taking my thing and I'm doing the out of the theater reaction. So that's kind of what I did, and that's why. And I got lucky. I think I did tell the story yesterday, but there was one. I thought that the screening almost happened. Remember what happened to me in the Saturday Night Live movie? When I went to the wrong theater.
Yeah.
So I thought I could have sworn that the screening was at the AMC Times Square, and so I got there so early. The movie was 10:30. I got it to the city at 9. So I'm just walking around enjoying life in the city. Right. I get there right at 10, right around 10 to 10. There's no table out there for people checking in. I'm like, uh-oh. And I was like, let me check the email. And luckily enough, the theater that it was in was on like 34th, and it was like, a 7-minute walk. So it was fine. I made it there right on 10 anyway, but it was.
Did you have crap seats though?
No, 10 o'clock. It was 10 in the morning. They had another screening last night also, but I chose to do the one in the morning because I wanted to get the reaction out. I wanted to make sure I could still get back in time to do some stuff. I didn't want to get home too late. And it was the right choice. And it's so funny. You just get the same, you just know this. It's so boring. Like the conversations that you just know you're going to get from there's some people like either, oh, this is the guy who hates everything. Oh, he finally likes something. So that, and then there's the Marvel shill. It's like, it's just, it's so boring. It's like, okay, well, go back, go to the meaning. Do I hate everything now? Or do I like things all the time? It's like, you can't just,
I get the same thing.
It's just what's the consensus? Do I hate everything now, or do I like everything, or it's in the middle? Like what come on. And then the other thing, the stupid thing, I was standing there, the lighting, and everybody's a comedian. It's like, because the lighting, like, why you have half a mustache? Oh, I'm like, that's the comments. Cut it out. There was the way that I was looking at the lighting was making it look like I had half my face had facial hair and the other half didn't. And that's all. Every other comment, I'm like, that's the internet. That's the career you signed up.
Yeah, it's annoying.
But you also got to pick better lighting. It's on me. Anyway, Finstock loved it. He didn't see it. No way Finstock saw this. That's what someone said.
I saw Jay Washington afterwards. He liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
There was, everybody, I didn't hear anybody other than the couple, men who were saying that they hated the ending.
Do I know that?
I've never seen them before.
Okay. Interesting. I'm so curious. That was the thing I was planning, because at the time that I was going to look into going to LA, it was right around the time where Superman was coming out. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll just try to catch a screening, that week. But that's gonna that is Luke said it in the comments, by the way, too, that he's right. The only that Fantastic Four can if Superman is really good, that could hurt Fantastic Four also. Like people will be like, I don't want to see more Marvel movies. I heard Superman's good. I'm gonna go check that out instead. Unless it's just subpar, then that could actually help. So
I don't know that Fantastic Four is going to do gangbusters. I just think that it's going to do better than Thunderbolts. That's the conversation we were talking about. Yeah.
It has to be really great in order to do gangbusters. I'm just saying from where it's targeted right now and how important it is leading into the Avengers Doomsday. That's another reason why. So, and I don't want to say anything else, but like if people who are really locked into Marvel want to see what's happening next and the lead up to Avengers, they're going to have to see this one. This is the most Fantastic Four is going to be the most important thing. Like we just talked about with Black Widow being important to see this. Fantastic Four, I think, is going to be crucial to see Doomsday.
You have to assume.
You would assume.
Yeah, you have to assume.
Especially because they have we know that they have a role in Doomsday because of the chairs. So if you don't see that movie, and that's the first time you're seeing them, it's going to kind of take away that emotional attachment.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You and I are totally aligned, Kristian.
Yeah.
Yet again, shilling and hating and shilling and hating.
I know. I can't tell what I am anymore.
It's Kristian. It's me every day. She's what the hell? Eat a sandwich. You're too skinny. You've gotten fat. Are you pregnant?
Right.
You hate absolutely everything. You're so negative. Have you ever said a bad word about any movie in your life? Right. You're such a shill. It's like every single comment about me. You show absolutely no emotion. You never cry. All you do is show too much emotion. It's I can't. There's no winning.
The flip side of that is there's a lot of great people that were in the comments too. There were some really good people. Thank you for being honest. Thank you for being out here to see the thing. I really enjoyed the reaction, asking questions. Are there certain things like I love that shit. Like that's and never thinking somebody.
And it's the vast majority, Kristian.
Vast majority.
Because if you are a normal human, which I have to assume most people are, if you have just normalness to you, then you know that it's not legitimate to sit in your home behind your keyboard with your fake ass avatar and be like, bah, 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 bah. Like you are not only are you a troll, but you're a tool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's such a small percentage. The majority. I mean, even the live chat today is great. The people have been amazing.
The live chat's been awesome today. Yeah. Usually they are
super supportive. And so anyway, I'm so curious. Speaking of the live chat, speaking of everybody who's watching, thoughts on Thunderbolts. Let me ask you guys in the chat, and for those people who are watching not only on the replay but on the Clips channel, what do you think about Thunderbolts now? Were you going to see it in the theater? Has that opinion changed? Are you going to, maybe you're like, okay, wait, I wasn't going to see this in the theater. And then I saw people talking about it. The score is pretty good. I was waiting for that. So I probably will go see it now. Or are you like, you know what? Fantastic Four is the one I'm going to check out. I can wait for Thunderbolts to hit streaming. Maybe watch that before I see Fantastic Four, because that's probably when it's going to be out, just around like July, around that time. So should I go do that? Where do you land on it? I'm so curious. Put your comments in there. Let me know. Yeah, Rox, I was just mentioning we have the Clips channel now. We've had it. We had it for the interviews.
Are we doing Lewis or no?
I mean, we're going to definitely clip out Lewis. Yeah, for sure. But
let's go.
The other thing is for people to know is that we have that Clips channel right now. I think it's at like 8.2 thousand, trying to get to 10,000 on there. And I think it's so beneficial for everybody in this live chat or watching on the replay, because I know you guys can't watch the show every day. Sometimes some people do, some people don't in its entirety, but not everybody can watch it in its entirety. So you're like, oh, there are little segments I'd love to see. I'd love to see some of the stuff you're talking about, but I can't watch the whole thing. The entire Clips channel has the show. It's got everything. I didn't want to put the clips on this channel because I didn't want to bog down people's subscriptions and everything too when you saw it. And there's just a lot of stuff in general that we have on the channel. So we figured it would be better to be separate. So I really hope if you go in the link in the description, you can subscribe to it. Luke, if you'd be so kind to put it in the live chat, maybe people can go sign up there too. Every time we talk about it, people sign up. So hopefully that happens today.
Luke, there it is. Are you putting in the funniest moments or as well still? Or are you just doing the click topics or what?
It's
What
just
is
a
over
quick
there?
topics, but I think that certain like funny moments, like Steph. Did you see the Steph hands?
Yeah, you showed it to me. It was great. The disappearing.
No, the hands thing.
No, what happened?
Oh my god, I gotta find the hands thing too. I don't know if I still have it. Let me see if I have the hands video.
The disappearing thing was crazy.
That was great, but the Steph hands. Oh yeah, I do have Steph hands here. Watch this, Steph. Roxy.
Are like humans. Every one of us are different. We all have, distinct features, eyes and a nose and 2 ears and a mouth.
Right.
So there's going to be that, but stop, Steph. Just stop. You're usually my buddy. Just stop it.
I know.
Just stop, Steph. You're usually my sidekick. I can't do this. I'm your sidekick, but I'm not going to be your sidekick anymore.
Okay, I'm
Steph.
done. I'm done. Okay.
What are you laughing at, Steph? What are you laughing at?
Look at those hands. You've got huge hands, kid.
No,
Look at those things.
don't.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. What?
Hold that.
What?
Hold that hand up to your face, Steph. Hold that thing up to your face.
You
put it
big
up to your
handed
face.
pineapple loving motherfucker.
Oh
Steph,
my
put that hand
God.
up to your face.
It's
Look at
my
those things.
nails.
Look at
Okay.
those things.
Okay, maybe you have small hands.
No, I've got normal hands. Look at it next to my face. Now look at your hand next to your face.
I have claws.
You're pound for pound
You
of
see
the
this?
nubs of your. What's
Yeah,
that?
pound for pound greatness. It's a tear rolling down my face because I was just offended.
Big-handed pineapple loving freak.
Yeah, 100%.
Perfectly proportioned. Thank you very much.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Poor Steph. How dare you, Mike?
How dare I? I can't breathe.
Steph, put your hands up.
Can't
Put your
breathe.
hands up. Put them up.
Steph, put your hands up. I can't breathe.
Oh my God.
How great was that?
Okay, I have insight into this.
Yeah.
Number one, Kristian let us know who won last week, and Mike in the chat wrote like, "Too bad, Steph, you and your big hands tried," or something.
Right.
And I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?"
Now you get it now.
But my insight into this is a couple of different things. As Steph's bestie, she has a small head.
Right.
She clear, like she is such a petite girl.
Yeah, she is.
And she's got the cutest face, but like she has completely normal size hands.
Right.
And honestly, they're probably a little small. Like her hands are dainty and pretty and long nails. And also, I want everybody to remember, I hosted DC Movie News with Mike for 8 years.
Right.
Every week. Here's what we know about Mike. If his back's against the wall, he comes clawing.
Oh yeah.
And he felt back against the wall with Steph just there because whatever point he was making about us all have different eyes.
Well,
and
no.
hair.
What happened was every time Mike's shitty internet freezes,
It's just every second.
Right. So I try to do like, if it just freeze for a second just to show. Yeah, I'll go like this, and I leave it there, right? And Steph loves it. She gets a kick out of it. So if you watch the beginning of it, I'm trying to catch him in that moment, but it just and she's just like, you're always trying to get him, and then at that point, that's when he caught on to it. So
yeah, but him coming after her out of the blue, funny.
That's good. Yeah,
They're both so great.
Great. So that to answer your question, where that I'll line into is that clip.
You put that out.
I'm going to put that out on the main channel.
Oh, okay.
On the main channel. So I'm probably going to put a picture of Steph like this, and then the thing from Pan's Labyrinth next to it.
It was uncanny.
Yeah.
The nail part.
I know. I don't know if I should though, because let me ask the chat. Should I make that for the thumbnail? Because I feel like that's the whole that's the big joke. That's what gets you. the most, like when you see that.
Yeah, I'm torn, but I would also click on that, and I don't know if I would click on it otherwise.
Right. So, or maybe even a picture of Steph going like this and going, I don't have big hands with a quote.
Yeah.
Maybe that could work too. I don't know.
No, or I'm completely proportionate.
Yeah, it is a big joke. People are saying that I don't want to give away the joke. I don't want to give away the joke because I think that when you see it, like that's what gets people. I don't know. Make the thumb the frozen Mike laugh. Maybe I could put him in there too, like him laughing. But yeah, that's a good idea. Put Mike's face kind of laughing, Steph like this, saying, "I don't have big hands" with an exclamation point, and then title it, "Does Steph have big hands?"
Pineapple thing.
She likes pineapples on pizza. She should be arrested.
Yeah, I know that she does.
Yeah. But anyway, all right. So we have more things to discuss, but before we even do that, I'm going to tell you about Stitch Fix. And I've been telling you about Stitch Fix. I'm really hoping people have signed up. If not, you're making an error, a real error. So let me tell you about Stitch Fix. Here it is. All right, let's talk about Stitch Fix. I know shopping's hard. I know it is. I found a much better way to do it, though. Stitch Fix, online personal styling, and makes it so easy. I'm not a shopping person. It doesn't matter. Even if I can figure out my size, stores never seem to really have what I need in stock. Then I'm not a crowds person. I'm not a lines person. I don't have the time for it. Stitch Fix, it gets you a stylist who understands your style, understands the size, gets the budget. They do all the shopping for you. So I just give my stylist the one that I have right now. I give them the size, I give them the style, I give them the budget preferences. I order boxes when I want, how I want, no subscription required. And he just sends me for pieces, pluses, outfit recommendations, styling tips. It's awesome. I keep what works and then I send back the rest. It's very easy. There's no stores, there's no crowds, there's no stress. Just personalized looks that you're going to love. Stitch Fix makes it all so easy. And it looks like you know what you're doing, too. If you're walking around, you go, hey, look at you. You're in style. I said, I know, right? And then I give Stitch Fix some props. Anyway, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/KHS. One more time, stitchfix.com/KHS. Thank you to Stitch Fix. I really hope you're taking advantage of it. You should be. Roxy, you like that music or what? Were you raving? All right. I like it.
Yeah, I really do. But also,
yes,
I need you to be raking in more advertisements because I feel food in my mouth.
I know. Well, listen, we're gonna have some more pretty soon. And the other thing that I've told people before, I only said it once, so should be pumped about it. I was telling you that Trade Coffee, we were trying to get them back, and then we had made that big push, and they still bailed. Well, they came back. They came back after what the audience did. So hopefully, when we get them back next week or the following week, people really start to sign up, and they're like, "Oh, glad we didn't pull out of this show." So.
Remember last week you still repped them anyway.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah. I have a mat. Like I just got another bag sent to me, and it's like even bigger than the last one. I blast through these freaking things, but they're so good. Anyway, they didn't have a sponsor today. Anyway, let's get to this next story, which I haven't seen this trailer. Did you see either one of the trailers I mentioned beforehand?
You said The Rock. What was the other one?
The Now You See Me.
No,
I guess it's the third one. Well, I didn't see it either, and I refuse to watch it. Not for any reason except I know what the movie's going to be about. I'm going to see it, and I'm not going to react to it. So I'm just going to wait to see what I like going in blind to these things now. But Lionsgate has premiered the first trailer for Now You See Me, Now You Don't, the third film in the Magician Heist franchise. The four key cast members, the first film, Eisenberg, Harrelson, Fisher, and Franco, all returning for the new entry along with co-star Morgan Freeman. Also on board is Justice Smith, Dominic Sessa, Ariana Greenblatt, and Rosamund Pike. Ruben Fleischer is directing the movie, which once again delves into the world of the illusionists and the sneaky quartet known as the Four Horsemen, who use their shows to pull off heists. Plot specific regarding this third film remain under wraps, but the trailer indicates that Eisenberg's character had a falling out with the rest of the crew initially, and now he recruits you. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want details. It's been confirmed a fourth installment is in development, with Fleischer returning to direct. Now, normally I would say, why don't you wait to see how you do here before you start putting together a fourth movie or another movie rather? But because it's the third movie, and they've done well enough, and hopefully that the budget's not too big, regardless of returning cast. if it does well enough, it makes sense to develop. I mean, you should definitely develop a fourth. Now, whether or not it gets greenlit, we'll see on the box office.
Are these good? I've never seen this.
Have you never? Yeah, they're enjoyable. They're fun. I like them. They're like, they blend in. I couldn't tell you. I would probably, if someone said, what are they about? I would pretty much summarize the way that Dark Horizons just did. They're a bunch of magicians who pull off heists through their act.
Huh.
And what else is it about? I don't remember. They're just tricks, is what I'd say.
What genre of movie is it?
It's like, I'd say like,
Is it an action movie?
Yeah, it's like action comedy. Action comedy, I would say. Is that
confused because in the chat they were talking about, oh yeah, cool. Like they don't cover horror that much on the show. So I was like, is this a horror movie?
No, this is not a horror movie. No, not at all. Maybe they were thinking about that. Yeah, or a heist movie. I guess action heist comedy. Yeah, that's how it's a heist movie for sure.
Maybe I should watch react to these.
Yeah, definitely. You'd like them. Well, right as the third one's coming out, I would maybe say check it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think you would enjoy them. They're kind of up your alley. Let me see. I'm trying to find, where is that other thing? New Perfect Strange. I don't know what New Perfect Strangers is. Do you know what that is, Roxy?
Yeah, Perfect Strangers is a TV show.
TV show. Is it any good?
Yes.
Oh, Nine
Perfect Strangers.
Nine
Yeah.
Perfect Strangers. Okay. Well, I'm trying to find.
You didn't see it at all? It kind of has White Lotus vibes.
Oh, okay. Well, I wouldn't know that because I don't watch that show, unfortunately.
Okay.
But there was another trailer that came out. Well, before we even do that, let me ask you this: you care about Now You See Me, the third one? Do you like these movies? Do you want to? Do you think this? Here's another question: do you think because of where we are today that this movie may have been better off as a streaming, or because they've already done well in the theaters, they should give the third one a shot in the theater? I didn't really discuss that, so I'm curious. What do you guys think? Go ahead, put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Next trailer. This is another trailer. I did watch this trailer, and this was the trailer for The Smashing Machine. This is the Rock's first kind of. I know he's done dramatic movies and like Snitch and some other ones, and there were some other movies he did that were dramas, but like this one, he seems to really be going outside of his comfort zone. And A24 premiered the first trailer for the sports drama film The Smashing Machine. Benny Safdie pens and directs the project, which stars Dwayne Johnson, a former wrestler and MMA fighter, Mark Kerr, alongside Emily Blunt as Kerr's then-wife, Dawn Staples. Nicknamed The Smashing Machine for his aggressive fighting style, Kerr is a collegiate wrestler turned mixed martial artist who hit the height of his fame in the late 90s and early 2000s. The two-time UFC heavyweight tournament champion struggled with an addiction to painkillers. His life story was turned into a highly acclaimed 2002 HBO documentary featuring of the same name, which didn't hold back on the brutal sport and the depths of addiction to which Kerr succumbed eventually overcame. Shot last year in Vancouver, the scripted film is also starring Lindsay Gavin, Oskander Usyk, Ryan Bader, Satoshi Ishii, and James Montessori. Baz Rutten also in it. Belgian musician Nela Safirno is composing the film's score. Smashing Machine is scheduled to release on October 3rd.
Can we watch it?
The trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you know what? Let's do. Here's what we'll do. I'll let you. Why don't you do? This is what we'll do. We'll do a reaction to it for you. I'm going to stay out of it, and we'll let you. Did you hear that phone ringing? By the way.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
But I didn't see anything.
No, that's okay. You'll see in a second. So I'll set you up, and we'll have Roxy's reaction to The Smashing Machine. Let's do that. Come on, cut it out.
Cut it out.
I know. I gotta get that. This should be.
This sounds really good. I would be so excited if The Rock.
There it is. Okay, so let me get you here, and then we're going to bring that up there. I don't know why I can't get you. I want to get you with the screen. I'm going to get rid of me. Once I get rid of me, I'm just going to start playing it so that way.
Why are you getting rid of you?
I've seen it already.
So?
Oh, wait, you know what? All right, I'll sit there with you. It's fine. It's fine. Let's do that. Okay, you ready? All right, here's the trailer reaction for Smashing Machine with Roxy Striar and myself.
Probably looking at my eyes.
How'd that happen?
Well, have you ever heard of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC?
That's the bloody thing they're trying to ban.
This guy is the best he has ever seen.
Do you hate each other when you fight?
Absolutely not.
How do you know Mark Kerr?
Oh, we go way back.
Can't fix the echo.
love
You
this
deal with
song.
it.
man.
Deal with it. Don't tell me about the echo.
Too
I
much?
love this song.
Too much?
No.
Please welcome in his octagon debut, Mark.
Winning is the best feeling there is. It's 40,000 people, and they're cheering you on. There's no other high like it in the world. No contract, no money?
No man.
Do you have any stronger pain medication?
Advil?
Advil?
Yeah.
Don, would you like
No.
some? Handing them out like candy. Let's all get in. Let's all, everybody get in. Yeah, Don, can you take this picture for us?
Yeah.
What are you thinking at the beginning of the fight?
It's simple. Am I going to hurt him before he hurts me?
Yes, there were times, I'm sure you.
This Grand Prix to crown the greatest fighter in the world. He has come back from the brink. Let's see if he can pull out a victory over Mark Coleman.
Have you spoken to either about finding such a good friend for a life-changing amount of money?
I faced all,
I just need you to let me in.
I took the bull. Always about you. Only about fighting you.
Let's fucking go. Big strong man.
There you go. Smashing Machine.
That is
Oh my
shot
God.
really interestingly. It feels like they're shooting it
Most of
kind of like it's a doc.
Right. Well, it was based off of that.
Right.
Doc. Yeah. Right. So, and it's funny because on Matt's show we had Boz Lerman because Matt knew or knows Mark Kerr. And somebody's mentioned, by the way, in the
Boz Lerman?
I keep saying Boz Lerman, Boz Rudin. Boz Rudin. So someone mentioned in the comments that that The Rock has a soft voice in this. Well, Mark Kerr has a very soft voice. That's
Yeah,
why
but it's still sad. Like this, it's going to be really interesting to see if this is the first time ever that we're able to lose The Rock in a performance.
I hope so.
Because
it
we've
seems-
never done that ever, and that's no knock on The Rock.
Yeah.
But I think because
So he's always been The Rock. Yeah.
he's always The Rock, and I think the visuals here can really help us because
Mhm.
it doesn't fully look like The Rock,
Right.
but his voice still was registering as The Rock.
Sure. And Mark Kerr's voice was a little higher, but you also don't want it to take away from his performance if he's focusing on sounding high pitched. It's like that's the one thing you could probably get over, right?
Right. Totally.
Yeah. And
So,
because I didn't realize, so I did not see the doc. And so having Boz on talking about it, I got more insight into the story because he did not get along. Boz did not get along with Mark's wife. And it was
the Emily Blunt character.
yeah. And it looks like she was kind of always on him and stuff. And so they're no longer together. But I don't know. I think that it's going to be
no
interesting.
longer together.
The Mark Kerr and his wife.
Oh,
So
wait. Sorry, I thought in the description that you read it said that in life he passed away. The person that no.
Mark Kerr's still alive.
Who's The Rock playing?
Mark Kerr.
Mark Kerr.
Yeah.
I thought it said that.
No, he struggled against addiction and he overcame it.
Overcame it.
Yeah, he's 56. He was born in 1968.
Yeah, I knew nothing about this story or this person.
So I'll show you a picture of Mark Kerr, so I feel like you will be like, wow, you see it, because they did a really good job with him. Hold on, let me get this. Oh. I'll just do this at least. Well, that's the Smashing Machine doc itself, but I'm trying to get the picture of it.
I always love people in the chat. Roxy, that's not true. You.
What's not true?
My opinion about The Rock always being The Rock, that's not true. To you.
I happen to agree with you, so I guess I'm
but to you.
Yeah,
that's
right.
fine.
He usually is always The Rock, but he doesn't look at like this time. But let's see, where is this one? So let me show you this, Rox, just so you get a glimpse of kind of what he's doing here. Like it's pretty good. Like they did a really good job with the makeup.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Pretty good.
That looks really good.
Yeah.
You're familiar with his story?
Not as familiar. Like he was a little bit before my time watching. He like really came up in Pride and then fought in the UFC. So it's interesting to be able to see that the early days. I mean, obviously Matt is very familiar with them, and I'm curious to see what Matt thinks of the trailer. That's someone I'd love to see do a reaction of it. For sure.
Yeah. It was. I know you said not to mention it, but with that it's really hard to hear.
Yeah,
so,
no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the audience. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it.
No, totally. But I'm gonna go rewatch it again. But I couldn't speak it all over it because then I wouldn't have heard what was happening.
That's
already
double. Yeah, it's for some reason when I show video on this thing, it does.
This is behind the scenes stuff, but with the Matt Sarah interview with Gavin, which was so good.
What happened? You want to know what happened?
Yeah, I want to know what happened, but oh my God, is that interview so good?
It's so good.
And I love that Matt gives you your flowers because very clearly that was the two of you guys interviewing him, even though you're not on camera for the majority of it, but you knowing all of the right things and like sliding down. He's like, my producer just told me. And I'm like, that's awesome that Matt does that instead of like pretending out of thin air that he's come up with these things. But he's got a really natural way about him, man.
He's the best. There is no one more real than Matt Sarah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I become very close with him. He's just a very good guy. He's a hard worker. That's what you like. He's a hard worker, and he just wants to do this. He just wants to do this. He wants to have fun doing it. He loves doing it. He's doing movie reactions now. He actually just did a movie reaction. I just sent it off to the editors for Mickey 17.
Mm-hmm.
He did that with his brother-in-law, and it's it's a good one. So that's going to be up soon. Then he's going to do Captain America, Brave New World. He's never seen it by himself. We're going to have on Russell Peters, which will be fun.
I don't know.
No, he's a comedian.
Oh.
So that'll be a good one. And then
maybe I know.
Yeah, you probably know him. And then so what happened with the Gavin O'Connor thing was this. To make it easier, what I've been doing for these interviews is I sent the StreamYard link out. We did a few like with Boz and other people just sign up, do this, do a 2-shot. I can mix it around a little bit. It's fine, right? So I sent it to Gavin. Gavin was not having an easy time signing into StreamYard. So I tried to get him to do it through Chrome. He couldn't do it. We were trying to walk him through it. It wasn't allowing. His computer wasn't allowing him to do it. And it was like we almost ended the interview, right? Because it was like we just couldn't get it. But he like him and Matt really get along. So they really wanted to do it. So I was like, all right, I have an outside shot here. So I did that other program that I use, but I haven't used it in so long that when I was putting it, we had to rush through it and like, okay, you're ready to go. Like, ready to go. And if you notice on the 2-shot,
I did notice, of course. I had to listen. I listened to the interview 10 times.
Right.
So
I'm saying when it was,
I know he doesn't. It's perfect audio. I know
because I never dropped the second audio one down on the solo shot, and I forgot about that because I was pushed into like go. I'm not an engineer, and
right.
I'm in this spot here in my career that I don't have the luxury of hiring one yet. I just don't. I can't have someone come in here. I wish I did. I wish I could have a full engineer that just ran everything and did everything. However, I am going to be moving. Like we're getting rid of this table. Brett's coming into town soon. We're going to change the lighting. We're going to change other things, and we're going to change some things up. And we're going to make sure because I'm a little bit too. You see, I'm too close to this wall. I want to be a little farther away from it. I want to get the lighting better, and I'm going to change. Like Lucas changed some of these graphics. I want to change the look and feel of the show itself for our show. So there's going to be a lot of things. There'll be a lot of things that we're working on. So
the look of the show right now feels very America. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Like because of Rocky and
no, it's like red, white, and blue behind us, a blue banner underneath us. It like looks like a flag kind of going. And I've always wondered if that was on purpose.
No,
America.
No. But I also don't. I also don't fall into that thing of like somehow over the last like I don't know, even 20 years, having an American flag is like a bad thing. And it's I
wasn't saying that.
Well, I know you weren't. Some people say that like, oh, you put an American flag. What's wrong with you? It's like I'm from America. So
I will say other countries have always thought that was super weird. Like the Brits were laughing at me when I was there because they were talking about how no other country in the world, like, do people go around with a shirt with their flag on it or like hang their flag outside their house? They think that that's like bizarre to have such nationalism in like an overt way. So, but nothing to do with like right now versus 10 years ago or 20 years ago. They just think it's super weird that America like loves our flag, which I think was kind of a funny concept. I was like, huh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but no, that I mean, there's the other banner that I do have is that because I'm a big blue fan. I like blue. And the other one was, where was it? It was like this.
Blue.
See that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's
That's
that.
cool.
What's that? Oh, that's Star Wars. Oh, I like that
Japan.
one. Do you ever use that? I've never used that. That was pretty good. Talk about celebration. Luke's like, no, you idiot. I made it for you. You never used it. So sorry about that, Luke. That's really cool. Look at that.
That is
Sorry
cool.
about that. Oh well. Well, Roxy, I also haven't told you about what's going on with the numbers. So
Tell me about the numbers.
yesterday Rocha did good. 108 he had yesterday.
Ooh, really good.
Now he started when he
Are you
started.
Frankie numbers?
I know Frankie numbers. When he started on the questions, he was at 40 something, right? You were at 39 already. So why don't we get to the TV stuff and then we'll start the questions. How you feeling about that?
I'm so excited to talk about television this week.
Let's do it.
There's one show that I need you to watch. I need you to watch.
All right, maybe I have watched it already.
No. Okay, You dropped its final season on Netflix. I'm only halfway through, but I did just get to some like big reveal. I can't believe this show exists. This is a like crime stalker, but he's hot show. So it's like the world's worst dude. I just can't believe it exists. I enjoy watching this so much. Penn Badgley's a star, but it makes me question society that we're like that. So many of us are so obsessed with this show, but it's very good for this final season so far.
All right, and it's the final season.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one.
This is the one, Kristian.
I need to watch this. I don't know if I like this guy though.
This is the one.
Yeah.
Episode 2 of The Rehearsal is so effing bonkers. I need to know if in the chat right now, guys, who is watching The Rehearsal? Kristian, this man did the most absolutely batshit thing in this episode.
But is he like trying to be Sacha Baron Cohen? It feels like he is.
No.
No? Okay.
No, because he is socially awkward. Nathan is socially awkward.
Okay.
He's not a comedian. He's not like Sacha Baron Cohen putting on characters. He is himself the whole time.
Oh, all right.
He just is. It is, I mean, insane. Kristian, in this episode, he used to have a show called Nathan for You. Do you remember that show?
I remember you talking about it. Yeah.
Okay, so he had a show called Nathan for You. And one of the episodes of the show, Nathan for You, was the proceeds of the episode he put towards I don't even know how to describe this, but like Holocaust education. It was money that goes towards informing people about the Holocaust, whether that's museums or in schools or whatever. And apparently, Paramount, I think it was Paramount, where it was, pulled just that episode down. And every other episode of the show is up. Right. And Nathan saw that and reached out to them and was like, why'd you do that? And this is spoilers on the episode. Come to find out, they essentially respond and say that Germany said to them, like, with what's going on with Israel and Hamas, we didn't want a Jewish episode on our, and it has nothing to do with that. We didn't want this on our platform, basically. And Germany made that statement, and then the rest of Europe followed, and then it happened in America. And so Nathan sets up like a mock interview. He wants to like build up the courage to go talk to them and say it's wrong. So he sets up like a mock interview of as if he was talking to the head of the network and what he would say. The show is just so bonkers, and you're watching like what he would say, wondering if next episode that's what he's going to say. I don't even know what the premise of the show is. We're dealing with pilots, so how we got here, I'm like, what is happening? He's comparing his life to like what's going on with plane crashes right now. He's an artistic genius, but watching this is like you can't. It's like watching a car crash. It is so batshit. It's the craziest show on. It's as crazy as Jury Duty was, but it's more real world consequences.
Okay. So that's
it's insane.
okay. All right. Next one.
Oh, The Last of Us, man. I guess no spoilers on this.
No.
I'm so sad. This is a good episode. The two people you have on screen right now have gangbusters chemistry. I'm worried about it, but just I like this show. I'm nervous about this show. Where are you at with The Last of Us right now?
I'm caught up.
No, like
where do I stand?
Yeah.
I saw somebody yesterday who said that it was a snooze fest. I don't agree. I think that it was a good lead up to where we are going. They can't stay in episodes of this pace moving forward if it was only 8 episodes, but I thought it did a good job moving forward. I was calling Seth Carlisle for the entire episode, but I think someone was named Carlisle in the meeting, and I thought he was Carlisle. And I'm going to continue to call him Carlisle for the entire season.
Sure, yeah.
But anyway, I like where it's going. I'm curious to how they're going to sustain, but I think it was like this was a bit on the right. What they're doing is a bit idiotic, but I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. I was really happy about the pacing of this. You know, for a lot of apocalypse shows, it takes us a really long time to get where we're going. So I was excited with that part of this and looking forward to the future of this. As a reminder to people in the chat, I'm not paid by these networks, so it's not my job to sell you guys on the show. I'm just telling you what I'm into. These are just the things that I was into this week. If it doesn't sound good to you, don't watch it.
100%. All right, next one after that. Speaking of which, there it is. You actually watched Andor.
Yeah, I did.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I did.
And
it's okay.
I told you though, the first 3
you did. I'm so glad you did tell me, because like you said, 1 and 2, not particularly for me. 3, getting there.
Right.
And now I'm looking forward to the problem with this though, Kristian, is that I'm not smart enough in Star Wars to understand what's happening.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter.
No, for me it does. I'm confused
Really?
every second of the show.
Okay.
I don't know who they're talking about. I didn't even realize that Stellan Skarsgård, I was confused on whether he was 2 different characters and we weren't supposed to know, or whether he was one person.
But did you watch the recap on the first season?
Yeah, I did, man. I don't understand why the show, I have like a mental block about it, because there are shows that are so much more complicated than this that I watch, like Severance, and it feels like second nature to me. But watching this, I don't know who we're talking about. I don't know what planet we're talking about. I don't know what race we're talking about.
I think you will. I think that will change over the course of the season. I
said to Steph, I said to her, wait, every time I pronounce this wrong and nobody corrects me, Marmothma.
Mon, M-O-N.
Mon Mothma.
Yeah, Mothma.
Mothma.
I don't know if you need to do the big stretch at the end there. Mothma. I don't think you need to do that.
This is a hard name to say. Say the whole thing.
Say it fast.
Mothma.
It's like you sound like what's her face? Kat Dennings, Mir. No, Mon Mothma. There you go. Mon Mothma.
Okay.
Her name's Mon Mothma.
So Mon Mothma, who is on the show, a character who I'll just refer to as M here. I said to Steph, so Steph and I are getting coffee this week, and I'm like, yo, M be fucking everybody. And she was like, what?
She's not banging anybody.
And she was like, literally nobody. And I was like, wait, what? I don't know whether I'm writing my own storylines or what, Kristian, but to me, every guy she's talking to is she's having so many affairs. I thought these were all lovers of hers.
No.
And I was like, she's in an open marriage. And Steph was like, literally, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I think you're watching a different show. But what I will tell you is this. Watch, like, as I told you, and as you heard, like, I'm with you. 1 and 2. 3 was like, all right, let's go.
I didn't care about those 2 groups fighting against each other at that I was
neither.
like,
I couldn't stand. That was my least favorite part of the whole thing. I couldn't stand it.
because it also felt like a waste of time. Like, okay, so
So one Star Wars thing that you wouldn't pick up on,
okay,
so that planet that he was on
okay.
is the Rebel base from Episode 4. You haven't seen Episode 4.
What's it called?
It's called Yavin 4.
Yavin 4
Yeah.
is the name of the planet.
Is the name of the planet. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's where like when Luke and everybody shows up in the first Star Wars ever, it's on Yavin.
When we keep sitting around the table talking about this stuff, you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
I have to pause, and
It's
every
fair.
time they mention something, I'm like, is that a
You know,
person?
you know what
place or
helps?
thing?
You know what helps in this situation like
What?
that? Subtitles. Like,
Okay.
that's how I used to do like Game of Thrones sometimes. I would throw subtitles on, like, oh, that name, that, and then it kind of registers.
And then
in
it
your brain.
registers more.
Uh-huh.
Because man, I think I should be smart enough to understand the show, and watching this makes me feel stupid. I'm like, ugh.
You won't. You will get it. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you, once we get to the episode I'm talking about, you are going to love, even if you wind up saying the entire season is just okay and it's fine, you will not say it about this episode. I know you well enough. You
Okay.
will say that episode was crazy.
Okay.
I know you
And
will.
I liked 3, like you said to me. I
Yeah.
didn't love 1 and 2. I
Right.
liked 3 a lot more. So that it's
And I liked
exactly on
4.
par
I
where
liked-
you said.
I liked 4 better than all of them. 4 was one of my favorite episodes.
Okay, cool. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Okay. Next one after that.
Man, okay. You've been hearing me talk about Handmaid's Tale for 6 seasons on this show. This is one of my favorite shows. People fell off of it. I think it's so underrated, but I gotta say, this exactly what you're showing us right now. The revolution is here. Her is here. I feel like what was promised to me this season was that we were going to stop being tortured, and this was going to be the season of fighting back and winning. I am unfortunately, what I'm here to report is that we are continuing to torture people every second. And it's like, at some point, this show has to give me a W. I just feel like even in this most recent episode, we find out something at the end about like this a love triangle situation, which is such an L. And I'm just like, God damn it. Like, can you guys give me any happiness ever? Is this just the most depressing show of all time? And then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Or like at some point after watching this for 6 years, are you going to reward me for my service? Because that's how it feels right now. It's just like, God, holy crap. How many times can I watch people get murdered, assaulted,
Right.
Screamed at, belittled, cheated on, like just be treated like the lowest of the low until you give me a win.
Right. I don't think you're going to get one.
Oh my God. It's so frustrating. And like, I love this show. It's great performances, but I'm just sitting here like, I want to punch a wall.
Well, you're not with this show.
Oh God, the show's so funny and so good. This episode was hysterical with the doctor. Did you watch this one?
Yes. I'm caught up.
It's
It's I'll tell you, Roxy, it's the first show in quite a while that I want to be that I want to be caught up with, that I was looking for, like, it's the first show, like, oh, I'll catch it. I'll watch it when I watch it. This one, I'm like, is it out yet? It doesn't come out until tomorrow, right? It's Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So, is it Wednesdays or Tuesdays?
Tonight, I think it's tonight,
Oh,
right?
Great news.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Good. Either way.
I love this. I thought this episode this week with the doctor was so funny. Some people feel like this is like, I saw our friend Marshall post on his Instagram that this is super duper, like he's not liking this and it's nothing like
Really?
studio system. And I was like, what? Like, how is that
Wow.
possible? I just
Really?
find this so I can relate to so many scenes,
Yeah.
so many interactions. I just think it's hysterical.
It's a great show. Okay. Well, that's everything, Rox. That's our TV shows.
Are we doing with the people? Where are we at, Kristian
Numbers? Okay, so this is what we're gonna do here, guys. Now we get to the questions. So the way it works, you guys put your questions in. We stay on until they're all Dunsky. Roxy has to catch John Rocha. John Rocha had about 40 going into the question section, and you wound up getting 108. Roxy currently has 52 going into the question section. So she got an opportunity to take out Rocha and be in the lead once again. So let's start here. Okay. Again, and Luke will tell me for the StreamYard's been doing this really dumb thing where it like
Yeah, but don't short me because it says 54 under start. Is that not right?
it says 50. See, you have 54, I have 52. So Luke will tell me the accurate number. That's what he did with Rocha too, because you won't get shorter because Rocha's was only registering at like 99, but then when we went through it, there were some questions that were missed, and so he knows once I start reading it if I missed any, and then he texts me and lets me know, so that way people aren't let off. Gopal, not sure if I'll get back to the house in time, so here's some early support. Thank you, Gopal. Very kind, appreciate that very much. All right, next one, Simon section, part 1, I guess. Kristian, I have a bad feeling about meta about the upcoming episode of Andor. That water cooler episode may include any circus being rescued by a water creature who says to him, gonna die, played by I don't know what you're talking about, but no.
Meta like Facebook?
I'm not sure, but I don't know. Yeah, Simon, what do you mean there? Because if that's the case, if you're being serious, don't worry about any of that. Part 2. Or am I inhaling too much spice from my desk sticks? I think so. And why does everything I eat taste like chicken? I need to go home and rethink my life. Hey, sometimes you need to let your thoughts out. Let them out.
I like chicken.
Yeah. Luke, Star Killer. Hi, Roxy. Hi, Kristian. I only found this out the other day. The lead singer of Toto, the guy who made the Africa song, his dad is John Williams.
I did not know that.
Not at all. Is that true?
The lead singer of Toto's dad is John Williams?
Will you look that up while I
Yeah.
do? That's an incredible fact I never knew. El Baba Yaga. I see Carlisle and Roxy live. I tune in. Also, game 2 is not supposed to have a side, mostly showing just Wheel of Violence, has no winners or losers. Just repeat.
Well, his name is Joseph Williams, so that's a good start.
Okay,
Yeah, he's the son of Barbara Ruick from and John Williams.
Yeah. So
that's a crazy piece of trivia.
Crazy. El Baba Yaga. So I don't know. Roxy, am I reading this wrong? I see Carlisle and Roxy live. I tune in. Also, game 2 is not supposed to have a side, mostly just showing Wheel of Violence. Has no winner.
Talking about The Last of Us, he's saying in the second game, you're not supposed to feel like you're not supposed to feel like whose side you're on.
Okay.
As opposed to in the show where we're very clearly.
The actress who's playing Abby, love her. I think she's
Caitlin
great.
Dever's amazing.
Great.
You know that too. Never mind.
I want Abby dead. I want her dead.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Dan V 900. In case you didn't know, the first Last of Us games and season are heavily influenced by Children of Men and The Road. Interesting. Children of Men was cited in multiple interviews as a must-watch. Oh yeah, I've seen Children of Men. Is great.
I watched it for the channel. It's like one of the best movies of all time.
It's really good. I haven't seen it in a very long time. Derek coming in support. Derek, did you email? By the way, did you get a chance to? I don't know if or did PLD or Luke or somebody.
You know what?
I wanted to get in touch with him about something. So he's throwing in some support.
Woo, Derek!
Thank you, Derek. Derek might get you. There.
Derek.
We've got a new member today, Roxy.
DJ, that's my DJ.
We got Mike's Movie Madness. Thank you, Mike, joining the channel. Love that.
MMM.
We're gonna be putting a new unedited reaction up pretty soon for members, and there's a live stream that we're gonna do. We haven't done we did one live stream, and you usually do 2. And then at 4:30 today EST, right after this show, I'll be doing a live stream. So all the members, if you can, new members, so Mike, Derek, everybody who joined, make sure you join that live stream today. And
if you become a new member, does it go towards the super chats?
So when you join as a member, I think that you get 1 free super chat a month.
Oh, okay. So that's why I have more starred than you're seeing.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't count.
No, that counts. That counts. So when someone joins, that's it too. So like if someone joins, Luke will let me know in a second with everybody that we have. He gets it accurate.
I just want to know the rules.
You'll get it. Zeus Fleming sending support. Going to see Thunderbolts on the 1st. What's the best theater in LA to watch it in, Roxy? I am in West Hollywood. I mean, I would tell you, if you can get to Universal City Walk for the IMAX, you should. It's a drive though from West Hollywood. It's a drive, but
no,
from Burbank. I mean, it depends on what time you go.
No, not Burbank. You said Universal.
Oh, well, I mean, it's North Hollywood.
Universal to WeHo is pretty one of the closer.
It depends on time. It depends on what time you go.
Yeah, but it's not like West Side to over there, which sucks.
No, but the Universal IMAX is the best one. You can get
it's an only IMAX in LA. That's not a Limax.
Right. So that's if you can get there, go to City Walk and go see it at City Walk for sure. More support from Derek, more support from Joey Pedras. Mike's Movie Madness. Andor is so good. Awesome seeing Florence and the Moth Machine dancing her pain away. Isn't it amazing?
Mom.
Ooh, close. Moth. Yeah, that's the best time. You said it the best right there. Stop it now. Isn't it amazing how Jennifer O'Reilly was amazing how Genevieve O'Reilly was able to take a non-speaking cameo in Revenge of the Sith and make this her character. She's a great actress. Really, really solid. Really
is
solid.
Genevieve O'Reilly Mon Mothma?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently, let me see.
O'Reilly.
I don't even know if you could DM on TikTok. I'll go look over on TikTok.
Auto parts.
Okay. Mike's Movie Madness. Thank you, Mike. And I agree. Yeah, Jennifer O'Reilly is great on the show. She's one of the standout characters for sure. David Jordan. Is the actress on the Thunderbolts title worth the surprise or what it actually means? No spoilers here. No spoilers here. We're probably gonna wind up.
You're not gonna answer this question?
No.
Worth the surprise on what it actually means. You're not gonna answer that?
No, it's not because that's a kind of a trick question. Because it has not been confirmed that there's anything different with it at all.
Okay.
So I don't want to. Yeah, we'll be talking spoilers on probably on Capes and Cowls, to be honest. RQMD SMD Sport for Roxy. Enjoyed both of your reviews for Thunderbolts. Looking forward to seeing the movie. Please let me know what you think about it. I'm so curious.
Thank you, friend.
Luke S. Controversial opinion. I'm not really interested in seeing Thunderbolts. I don't think it's too controversial. There are a lot of people who say that. Marvel has become so boring to me. I understand that. I just think that for me, I think this is a change. I think they switched it up finally, and it doesn't feel as generic as it's felt in the last couple of years. Crashing Coyote. I don't like Last of Us because to me, as a Walking Dead fan, it feels like a copy my homework just to change a couple things nobody notices of Negan's story arc. I don't know. Roxy will be able to speak on that more because she watched all of Walking Dead. Do you feel like that is accurate?
Crazy enough, I did not realize that The Walking Dead came so much before The Last of Us did. I thought that The Walking Dead might have copied from The Last of Us, but then I looked into it and very clearly The Last of Us came significantly after Walking Dead. I think that the Negan story, I don't know how to answer this well because I loved what they did with Negan's story, but it was very difficult to watch at times. And I haven't seen the end of The Last of Us yet, so I don't know what we're actually going to do. Okay.
Well, there you go. It's hard for me to say because I didn't see all of it. So I don't know. But yeah, Walking Dead was around way before that. So Kaz, welcome to Wrexham. Returns May 15th. Go Andrew Freed. You guys planning to watch? Any chance you can get Andrew Freed back for another interview? Yeah, I could definitely get Andrew back. I was just texting with him the other day. I should probably have him back on for the 15th so we can talk about the show and talk about all the other crap he's working on. So it's really, really good.
I'm curious how the show is going to be affected by Ryan Reynolds.
It's a great question to ask.
Yeah, just curious.
If anything, though. I don't think he's going to be as hurt as she is, though. I think.
Well, of course not as hurt as she.
Right.
I just am curious how this affect what happens there.
Sure, it's true. Do you think that I don't like getting gossipy, but do you think that they survive this as a couple?
I think it's going to be. I'm not in their relationship, but that would be unbelievably difficult.
Yeah,
to survive as a couple for no matter what kind of comes out.
What's going on with that lawsuit? What's going on with it? I don't know. Are they trying to drop
another year? I think.
Wow.
I mean,
they tried to drop it, right? Didn't they try to drop it?
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think it's happening in May of 2026 or something.
Okay, so they basically said you can't get out of this. It's like Sonny from Bronx Tale. Now he can't leave.
That's what I think is happening right now. And she has a movie that's dropping this weekend.
Is that movie coming out this weekend?
Simple Favor 2. I think I got invited to a press screening for it today. So that is today. So I would think that means it's this weekend, if not next weekend.
Let's see. Simple Fever 2. It is so May. I don't see that. Simple Favor 2. Let me see. A Simple Favor 2 release date March 7th. March 7th, 2025.
That must have been what South by Southwest was.
Oh, and it's set to be released on Amazon Prime Video on May 1st.
May 1st.
So it's coming out
this weekend, right?
On Prime. So it's so is it even getting a theatrical release?
I don't think so.
Now it makes sense because I was like, what are we talking about? Okay. I liked that first movie, to be honest with you.
First movie was really good.
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm going to watch this one. I'm not going to it tonight because I'm busy, not because I'm protesting, but I did think about like,
Right, but you're not paying for it. So
yeah.
Crash and Coyote. Abby is Negan. Ellie is Maggie. Joel is come on.
They would have to have known
Walking Dead. I know for this if you do. Derek, thank you, Derek. Okay. Appreciate it, Derek. Let's see. Next one after that. I appreciate everybody. Right now, we're at Roxy. We're at 79. So, Jimmy some booty. Watched Adolescence, and it's so good. Man, the acting.
It's amazing.
Love it. You love it. Yeah. You think it's your best one of the year?
It's not my favorite show of the year, but I do think it is the best, maybe.
Right. All right. Let's see. So we got another one coming up here, too. Thank you to everybody who has been submitting questions.
DJ, usually you don't ride for me this kind of way. I appreciate you, Derek Johnson.
He usually does.
I mean, I feel like he's a Rocha dude.
I haven't seen Crystal in a while. Luke TG1, Mike and Steph are legends. Saw Accountant 2. I loved it. Yeah. Did you see that one yet, Rox?
No, I'm excited to. I'm gonna rewatch the first Accountant with Grammy, and then try to get her to go to Accountant 2 with me.
Rockin' Movies with Tyler T the man. So here's member 6 months. So he's using one of his for this month. Hey guys, thoughts and prayers. I'm in the middle of a possible tornado in my area. Oh my God, stay safe, Tyler, please. Hopefully, I saw that on the news actually. Hopefully it will pass, and I still have a house to go back to after work. Yes, God willing. I'm so sorry that. Stay safe, my friend. Please stay safe.
Natural disasters are like so scary. I'm so sorry.
It's crazy. Please stay safe. Joey Pedros, what are the fans of the Harloff channel called? Harlophonians, harlots, harhars? Help me out there. I don't know. Who knows? I'll say it. I was naming the audience before it was a thing, a long time ago. Before, like when it was Schmoville was a thing before anybody was calling their people anything.
Okay.
Schmoville was the original. I'm just saying. Before anybody called anybody anything else.
What do you want?
$1.50
for every
single time anyone calls thing. Yeah. Mike Joyce. So the answer is I don't know what to call anybody. I guess I'm taking it.
Harlots is hysterical. That's
you know what I am. I'm taking. No, you know what? I know what it is. Call everybody Carlisle. That's it. Mike Joyce. Why do you think gamers hate Bella Ramsey so much?
I have answers to this because I've been asking them.
Yeah.
Because I think that Bella Ramsey is doing the most phenomenal, fabulous job. So it's really confusing to see so much hatred from the gamers. I think that they were set up to fail because in the video game, the character ages 5 years. And does Bella Ramsey look 5 years older than season 1? No. In the video game, they bulk up like Ellie bulks up like crazy. Did Bella Ramsey bulk up like crazy? No. So I think that it's just so not a one-to-one. And, what's interesting about that is in the video game, Joel is like a white Texan dude who is very, very stoic and harsh and has no emotion and is very confident and not broken. So Pedro is completely different than Joel in the game too. But what I've heard from gamers is they feel like Bella is trying to be Ellie in the game instead of making it their own. So this is not from me. Seems to be when I ask gamers why. It seems to be a combo of the physical looks, the physicality, the age, and the imitation performance that they deemed it to be.
And I also think because Kaylee Spaney has been talking. I mean, she looks like the video game character, and apparently she auditioned, and that's coming up too. I like Bella. I think she does a good job acting. I think, does she look like the character? No. But who cares? I'm invested already in season 1. So Alan Smithy, name one brand of frozen pizza that does a pineapple pizza. I'll wait. Does California Pizza Kitchen do it, or probably not? You
I
probably
think
don't
so.
know. Do they? I don't know.
think so.
I hope nobody does it. Luke S. Support for Roxy. You are great. Thank you, Luke. Well, look at it. You were catching up to Rocha. 93 here. 93 with about 25 minutes to go.
Woo,
Nathan
let's
Snow.
soar.
Roxy, have you watched Mobland yet? Oh, yeah. You're supposed to watch Mobland.
Yeah, I'm on episode 4.
Oh, yeah. You told me that last week. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you guys when I catch up.
Yes.
I like the show.
Yeah. Okay.
I like the dynamics on the show. I think it's fun. I think it's a good show.
Did you watch what's it called? Did you watch Havoc? Havoc?
No, I heard it was so bad.
I don't think it was so bad.
Good.
I enjoy, like, I liked watching the club scene and the end scene, and it definitely is not, it hold no candle to the raid, obviously, but I enjoyed watching it. But Rocha hated it. Sean McCabe, hey Kristian and Roxy, just saying hi. You two rock. Thank you, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Okay, next one after that is Mirjam, who says support for the lovely Roxy. They're trying for it. Derek, just messaged you on TikTok, Kristian, my personal email in case you had any questions. Love the show, Roxy. I'm glad to see that smile today. There you go. Derek coming in hot. Mike Joyce following that up. Did you see the trailer for Weapons? No, from the creator Barbarian. Apparently Jordan Peele fired his agent after he missed out on directing. Is that true? Is that true?
Well, if you are offered to direct something and they don't let you know, that is a fireable offense. So I don't know if that's what happened, but that's crazy. No, who is directing Weapons? The creator of Barbarian, you're saying that's Ari, right? Or who created is it Ari or no?
For created that
Barbarian?
created. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So James Wan.
What did you say?
I thought it was James Wan that created Barbarian. I did direct.
No, I don't think so. Let me look.
I don't know. You look that up while I do the next one. Zeus Fleming, The Rock lost himself in Be Cool, the sequel to Get Shorty. I haven't seen that in so long. Shelby Y, child actors get no respect. What is an underrated youth performance? I just saw After Sun, Frankie. Corio killed it. It was just as important as Mescal. You know, Shelby knows a good one is Jacob Tremblay in Wonder. Really good performance. And nobody really
Zach Krager. Oh, yeah. Who did Barbarian? Thank you.
Did you ever see Wonder, Roxy?
I don't think so.
Do you have an underrated kid performance?
A lot of kids on TV. What I used to think was super underrated was Mikey Madison on the Pamela Adlon show, but now everybody knows her. So
right.
But I'll think of some more. It's so nice when you see somebody who's so talented, and then you get to see them blow up.
Gopal, I never saw either, but maybe people are thinking of the Samara Weaving movie called Ready or Not, and also just announced a sequel. Maybe that's exactly what it is.
What do you mean people are thinking?
Remember when we talked about up top when we said that trailer, the Now You See Me, and that people thought we were going to talk horror. That's what they're thinking of, which is very possible. Again, Roxy, you're at 100. You're only 8 away.
Hey, Crystal.
No. Oh, no.
Crystal.
The Crystal's here. You're going to push you over. Game over. Roxy's just game over. Zeus Fleming. It's my last week in LA. My favorite restaurant by far is Salaya Thai on Hollywood Boulevard. What's your favorite restaurant here? So there's a restaurant on Little, if you like sushi. And Roxy, I don't think I ever took you there, but
I can't believe that you never would tell anybody the name while you lived here. Now that you don't live here, you're about to announce the name of this restaurant that you absolutely don't stop talking about, and that we all go to.
Do you go to it?
You and me?
Yes. YUNMI. You and me sushi. It's delicious.
I can't believe that you're naming a Thai restaurant that you love, because Zeus, I think that it's very difficult to find Thai food here that is great. I love Night Market for Thai, but it's a little bit like bougier Thai. So I definitely want to try this, although it is far from me. What's your fave restaurants here? It totally depends on my mood and my vibe.
Mhm.
And what I want. But Night Market's my favorite Thai. Genghis Khan's my favorite Chinese. El Pasteo's my favorite Italian or Fabbricinis.
Have you been to Pache?
Where?
Oh, it's on Coldwater Canyon. It's really good.
Spell it.
PACE.
What kind of food?
Italian. It's really
On
good.
Coldwater?
Mm-hmm.
Over the hill?
Yeah. It's like right before you cross over, but it's like right past sunset, just about 5 minutes. PACE on Coldwater.
On Laurel.
Laurel, sorry, Laurel.
It's okay.
Coldwater.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
really good. Crystal, glad to hear positive things about Thunderbolts.
Go, Crystal.
Yes.
Go, Crystal. Go.
We got Crystal and Derek in here. He's in trouble. Go, pal. Russell Peters has a lot of bits that Indians quote to each other. Lewis is Lewis. Absolutely, Lewis is Lewis. I have to. Russell's going to be. I'm excited to have on. I'm excited to hear him and Matt go back and forth. Crystal, what do you think the Thunderbolts box office will be? Hoping it does well, because if Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts doesn't do well, I'll be worried for the future.
What was the budget?
That's a good question. I bet you it's about 130 if I was going to guess. Let me see. Thunderbolts budget. Well, they say 150 to 200. It ain't going to make that what it needs to on a $200 million budget. I'll tell you that. But I think it'll make, Roxy and I have discussed this before, but I think it makes around 80, 85, 86 opening weekend. Is that you? That's about the same you said.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Raft's UK Raft, and I played The Last of Us 2 4 times. I hope they make Ellie more. I hope they make Ellie mature a bit more, as she is basically acting the same as she does in Game 1. That was my problem with very different tones, obviously, but Zach Levi in Shazam 2. He's playing the same age. And I don't disagree that she does seem the same age as she did in the first one. It was 5 years ago. She doesn't seem that mature. She still seems like a teenager. So maybe that's one of the reasons too people are frustrated with, especially if Ellie is more like that, is more mature in the game. Then I could see why people would be like, what is she doing?
Yeah, but just as a non-gamer, she's 19. She's acting like a 19-year-old to me.
Right. Okay. Crystal DW fan. Hope Roxy and Grammy are well. Sending love. Thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
All right. Next one after that is Crystal again coming in.
Woo!
Roxy, you look amazing as always. Throwing in some.
I only have lip gloss on today. I did not have time to do my makeup.
No, well, you did well. And then we are now Crystal. Yeah, see, Crystal's coming in.
Go,
hot,
Crystal.
Hot.
Crystal.
And Steve S. says, I went to my cinema for a local Aussie-made comedy a few weeks back. House was packed, and it had the star David Wyndham with a Q&A. Can you recall the last comedy movie you went to that was packed? No, but I can tell you the next one. Naked Gun will be the first big comedy in a very long time.
Scott, my sister and I went to go see that Sydney Sweeney rom-com. What was that called with Glenn Powell? Don't just fly through, Crystal.
No, I always just the super.
Don't fly through.
I always
support.
I'm not going to read that.
That one was
anyone
packed.
But you.
Anyone but you was packed. It was packed.
Mike George, will we see B2EMO again? They left him behind. I know, poor Pissbot.
The droid.
That's the little droid. I don't want to say anything. You got to keep watching.
You remember, Kristian knows the answer.
I know. Thank you again to
support Crystal.
But I think that Mike was asking me. I don't want to get spoilers. No.
Support. Crystal. Support.
Please don't do that. I don't like it.
Support.
I really don't like it.
Then you got to just read them all.
No, she knows that. There's that. Her and Derek have the understanding that when they just write support, I
support.
Nerds engage. Messaging in pop culture has always been a thing, and it is a great way to get something across serious topics to the masses in a digestible way in the right setting. What is one that got to you? For me, I'm not going to specifics. What I will tell you is that I like when a movie has a message that doesn't beat me over the head with it. When it's just like when it overshadows the movie, then I just go, stop preaching. When it's part of the movie itself or part of the show, and it's just, you're not wrong. Messaging has always been in there, but it's got to feel seamless. So that's when it works, it works. That's all I'm going to say.
I find it so hysterical when I go to see a movie like Thunderbolts, and I say I think it's got strong messaging, support, Crystal.
Please
And-
focus.
And
Please.
they were, and people say to me like, "Oh, if it's got a message, I'm out."
Every
And it's
movie
like,
has
are you an idiot?
every movie has a message.
Every movie has a message, and some of them work better than others, and some of them are too hitting you over the head, and some of them are seamless, and some of them you agree with, and some of you don't. But I thought that the messaging of Thunderbolts I really liked, and I thought this is why I actually liked Captain America. I liked what they were going for. Do I think that they fully executed on it? No, but I liked the messages that they were going for. So people are so weird when they're just like, oh, all these movies with messages now, and it's just supposed to be entertainment. It's like, what do you think entertainment is?
Star Wars had a message. I mean, the original one was based off of fascism, and
We're dealing with good versus evil.
Yeah,
Like it is so weird.
Crystal, loving the
That's
same
why when
TV
Rocha and I
reaction.
were hosting the show, people were like, "Oh, he's going to be so pissed," because Rocha was talking about how he personally was relating to Andor and he likes the messaging and how he connects to it. People were like, "Kristian's going to be so pissed that you're making this political," and he was not. He was talking about his own personal
Andor
life
is a political show.
and connecting to Andor. And they're like, everybody in the comments, not everybody, but a lot of people in the comments, Kristian's going to be so mad. Kristian's going to be so mad. And I stopped them. It's just like, Kristian's never going to be mad at Rocha for relating to a character on a TV show and talking about it. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, if it's a especially as a political topic. And by the way, Crystal says she loving Sam's reactions to TV shows. Me too. I was so bummed. Sam had we were supposed to record Shang-Chi and yesterday, and we were supposed to record Eternals today, but Sam just had a crazy week. This week she's not available, so we're pushing it back next week. So again, so we've got tons and Crystal coming in hot. Al Rencha says, how excited are you for Fight or Flight? It looks like the same concept of Bullet Train, except on a plane. I love Bullet Train and Lemon Tangerine. Which one is who's in that Fight or Flight? Do you know?
I have no idea what that is.
You take a look.
So how excited are you? I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Trey Porter, craziest thing. Robert De Niro's next movie is filming 2 doors down from me in my neighborhood. That's great.
Oh, it's Josh Hartnett. And it is James.
Oh, Katie. It's the one Katie's in. Hey, that's the one Katie's in. Yes. I know what that is. Yeah. I hope it does great. Obviously.
It's coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, because that's right. That's the movie. I saw it when I went to see Accountant. They showed some trailers before that screening, and Katie popped up. But by the way, speaking of that De Niro thing, how crazy and great was that De Niro story that Gavin told?
Amazing.
It was the best.
I can't believe that he said it out loud.
I know. It's great. Mike Joyce, I saw my favorite movie of the year last weekend, The Ballad of Wallace Island. Such a lovely and heartwarming movie. I never saw it. Did you see it, Roxy?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Oh, okay. Well, he follows it up. It's a shame it's not going to be in theaters much longer. Definitely worth checking out when it's available to rent soon.
Cool.
Check that out. Thanks, Mike. Roxy, you've beaten Rocha at 119. Yeah, 120. Now, the question is, will you... Well, actually, it's 119 because that doesn't count. Whatever that is.
Why doesn't that count?
It's just a super sticker. I don't know what that is. Derek Johnson. Usually Tuesdays are my busiest days.
What?
No, I told you. You can't just throw in a little sticker. You got to be able to ask a question. You don't have to ask a question if you're writing support. Because
you can ask a question on a super sticker.
No, you can't. Derek Johnson. Usually Tuesdays are my busiest day of the week, so I miss you going live, Roxy. I took a mental health day today just for a break. Good. Take a break. You need it.
Thank you.
Crystal, really, because I haven't seen Crystal in a bit. Now that you're back, Roxy, you were having those weeks of winning. The other peeps might be in trouble here.
She said, "I'm here, Kristian."
She did. I haven't seen Crystal.
Where are you ever, Crystal? Support.
Oh, moly, she's coming in hot.
Crystal.
Let's see, and that's at 3:30. I'm trying to see if there's anybody. There's some more questions coming in too, so I'm going to just highlight all those. Crystal. Thank you.
Sing a song, Kristian.
Zeus Fleming. I'm staying in the Thai part of town and I'm vegan, so they suit me great. Oh, that's pretty great. That's good.
I do not trust vegans for food recommendations.
Yeah, because it's just not. They're very different flavors.
I'm sorry.
AJ, what's up, man? Peel fired his assistant after he didn't buy the script. The script sold for $38 million, and Peel only wanted to produce it. Weapons is going to be big. Oh, I didn't know that.
Huh.
Interesting.
Oh, so it's his assistant.
Assistant or agent? Is that?
It says assistant. I don't know.
He says assistant. They said agent beforehand.
So what was he outbid or what happened?
Yeah. So why did he fire his assistant?
Yeah, that would be really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Armada. Now you see me. How you doing? Now you know. How you doing? I know. saying,
know,
"Are
now
you
you
going to be
know.
a magician now? You know, say, here's a trick for you. Now you know. Throw it up in the air, and it's gone. Now you know, like a bird or a fart in the wind. Now you know." Thank you. I haven't had Charles back on the show in a while.
Woo!
Jake Yakavetta, I'm going to slap the dog shit out of PLD if he times me out again. I think it's 5 times in the stream already. Oh, man.
PLD, that's annoying. Don't do that.
Don't do that to poor Jake again. Please. He's really going to, you know, he's going to do it to him again. He's probably laughing his
It's so annoying.
Probably laughing his balls off. The Canal 2989. Hey, Kristian. Hey, Roxy. I started watching Andor season 2, and I got reminded why I consider it not just a great Star Wars show, but one of the greatest shows of all time. That's part 1. Just wait until you see the rest of it. Just wait. Go, pal. Whenever I see Havoc, I think of the Anne Hathaway movie. Wow, that was a crazy movie.
What was it?
It's a very sexual movie.
It's called Havoc.
Havoc. Yeah, not necessarily great, but it had its benefits.
Oh.
You think? Tyree Harris. The only Nathan Fielder show I've seen is The Curse, and I loved it. What do you think, Roxy? Should I go back to Nathan for you or jump into the rehearsal?
So just to keep in mind, The Curse is scripted, and Nathan for You and the rehearsal are not scripted. I would jump into the rehearsal. I think it's amazing.
Okay. The Canal 2099. What makes a good show great is taking care of logistics and writing. Agreed. Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones did this great. Andor is just brilliant at that. I'm telling you, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. All that what you just said is true.
What makes a show great is taking care of logistics and writing. I don't think that's what makes a show great.
But having the ideas of back, like to make things feel like they're in sync, like.
But this is the literal opposite of show don't tell. He's saying you take care of it in writing.
Yeah, but I think I know what he means. Nerds Engage. Thank you. To follow up with another hard-hitting question, what is your favorite color? Great show. Keep up the great work. I think dark blue.
Yellow.
Nice. Crystal. Roxy, any tips on taking care of someone in their 80s? My pop-up is not able to take care of himself, so me and my immediate fam are moving in with him. His health has gone down since my grandma passed away.
I have so many tips, not enough for, we don't have enough time on the show right now, but I'm live at the Roxy on Wednesday, and if you come in and ask me, I'll do an extended port. That's not me trying to get people over there, Kristian. I'm just saying.
No. I'm not laughing at you on that.
I just don't have enough time. I guess my biggest tip, the quickest tip I can give is to really listen to them when they say what they need and not just assume that you know.
I'm laughing at this idiot. PLD said to clarify that $1.50 before is what you asked for. When you said, what do you want? I said $1.50. So all right, I'll count that one. That's fair. That was funny. Greenie from Oz. I like the first 3 episodes of Andor, but I hope the plot itself gets a little more exciting as the season goes through. I can guarantee you that it does. By the time you end, I liked season, so when I started season 2, I was like with Roxy, I'm like, and I love season 1. I'm like, I don't know if it stays like this, it's not going to be as good. By the time I got to the end of it, I'm like, this is way better than season 1. And I loved season 1. Galaxy Geeks coming in hot. Roxy, do you have any ideas on updating the Kristian Harloff show? I'm going to be doing research on different looks, but I don't know if you have any ideas. It's a great idea. Luke's going to be helping me with kind of the redesign of
Galaxy Geeks is Luke.
What? Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there you go. So Leo, so what do you like? If there's things that you'd want to see, because we're going to update the whole kind of look at it. We're going to make it look very more showish and everything too. Like, do you have ideas of things you'd like to see?
I think you should pick 2 main colors and run with that. I think everything should be crisp and clear, and like how we are higher up right now. I like it when we're in the middle, even borders. And
I don't know if we're allowed. I don't think we have a choice in that as a StreamYard.
Just letting them, and then nothing super nerdy. I think make it super pro.
Yeah, agreed. Support for Roxy and Mr. I crap and shits. Thank you, Crystal. With some more.
It would be nice if it said our names on here as well.
Yes. RQMDSMD. Support for Roxy. Kristian, did you just stand up on Long Island? Not yet. I was just thinking about that today. There's a place called Governors that I would consider, and I'm kind of holding out, waiting for Ellis to come back into town for us to do a show, but possible. I'll let everybody know when I do. Mr. I crap and shits. Roxy always wins. It's time to handicap here by teaming her with Mike. LOL. Just kidding. Roxy's been. She won, I think, last week or whatever too.
I did win last week, but I hadn't won for.
No, you hadn't won in a while again, and but now, I mean, at 137, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to catch up. And I think Crystal's trying to push you over the edge so no one can catch you. Brian McGovern, if Crystal fan chimes in, everyone is gunning for second. Yeah, it already happened so far. Al Rencha, 100 men versus silverback gorilla debate. Your thoughts? Where did this come from? I'm seeing it everywhere. Where did it originate from? Do you know what we're talking about?
First time I'm seeing this.
I keep seeing it. So someone brought up that 100 guys could beat up could beat a silverback gorilla. It's the stupidest thing I ever saw. The gorilla would kill them all within seconds.
Is that true?
Yes, you can just with the bare hands.
They have they're bare hands.
Yeah, who are we talking about too? Are we talking about 100 guys built like Mark Kerr, or are we just talking about regular dudes? And even then, I don't know. A silverback gorilla.
100's a lot.
A gorilla. You ever see?
It's not one at a time. Like, what if they teamed up?
I don't know. You ever see gorilla punch?
Yeah.
It's not. It ain't pretty. The canal.
I've never seen a gorilla punch. So
2989 by logistics. I mean, hero needs to be at a place. Make the viewer care about the time and distance required to be at that place. I agree with you. Yeah.
hero needs.
So wait, someone says that. So which quality camera could be better? I have a 4K. I have like one of the best cameras.
Obviously, mine.
Are you talking about the co-host camera?
I'm sure they're talking about that.
Yeah, Marco, are you talking about the because you can't be talking about mine. Mine's like.
But I switched over to the PC, and I feel like mine's been looking so much better.
Right, because I have like brand new the lighting is going to be different in here. So he's probably talking about the co-hosts, like we're talking about like Mike and stuff. So we got to change that up for sure. I don't disagree with you, Marco. That's what I assume he's talking about. I can't imagine he's talking about my camera. All right, let's see that's it. Yeah, lighting. We're changing the lighting. Definitely changing the lighting. And Luke, I can ask that again, Luke, and I'm sure you've already been paying attention. Love to hear what the audience thinks. People, same thing. People, the lighting. Definitely changing the lighting up. For sure. And if there's anything else people think, let me know. But Roxy, you got 15 minutes left and you're here 137. How about that? Yeah, no, my camera is a high def. It's
Thank
like a 4K.
you to Crystal and Derek Johnson and everybody else who gave support. I really appreciate you guys, and let's keep kicking butt and taking names.
Yeah, Marco, maybe the lighting because the camera is a brand new like 4K camera, so it's the same ones that Brett uses on his thing. So that's all it is. So we'll change that up. But Roxy 137 again with 15 minutes to spare.
You've kept up this logistics thing for a long time.
Yeah, well there you go. It's time to go. And then let's see. So I got to work on coloring for the cameras. That's what it is. It's just the lighting. We're excited.
End is near.
By the way, I hope that people join. For all the members, please come and join us at 4:30. You already joined us here and you're a member. I don't understand if you were already a member. Why you don't join that unless you have the time to do it. 4:30. Come on and join. Be part of it.
What do you talk about?
So we do live streams. So at a certain tier, you can actually join the video if you wanted to. But if not, you can be part of the chat and ask as many questions you want. We go through and we just have a conversation. It goes from anywhere from a half an hour to an hour. Richard, I'm not Crystal, but I hope Roxy notices. Support, Richard.
Richard, I absolutely notice.
And 138. That's pretty
I noticed everybody, and I have to tell you, Kristian, something cool this week.
What?
I was recognized in public several times this week. It doesn't always happen to me, and it makes me feel so good when anybody comes up to me and says hello and wants to talk to me. I was recognized at a karaoke bar.
Nice.
I was recognized at the movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
It's and people are like, I don't want to bother you. When you guys are like, do you notice me? Like, please notice me. I care more about you guys than you do about me. Like, I'm obsessed with you guys and so grateful. And the only reason that I'm able to be here or continue to grow is because of you guys. So always please come say hi and always know that you are noticed. For any of you guys who are kind, like you, Richard, or the vast majority of you, you're the shit. And you're why Kristian and I are able to survive.
Yeah, don't bother me. Leave me alone. No, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. But this is pretty great. I'm glad that Roxy's back. It was great to have everybody back. 138 defeating Rocha here today.
Let's go.
I don't even know if we're doing a show tomorrow because I'm going to do my interview with Lewis tomorrow. So I'm trying to see if we're going to actually do a show itself. I don't know yet. Might be a day off. I don't know, but we'll see. But we'll be back on Thursday for sure if we don't do the show tomorrow, and it'll be Steph and Mike, and then on Fridays, Capes and Cowls. So thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks to Roxy. Roxy, where can they find you?
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar, and now Wednesday nights on my channel, and on Sundays I do an hour of TV conversations.
There you go. Roxy, one more here. Greenie from Oz. Smashing Machine trailer looks great. Getting Oscar vibes. It could be.
Wow, that's interesting. That would be wild.
RQ support for Roxy. Well, it's coming out in October, so they're taking that shot, and it's got Benny Safdie, got a A24.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, Roxy.
And him and Emily Blunt have really good chemistry.
Go ahead, Roxy.
Yup.
Yeah. Mr. I crap and shits. Roxy, you'd be easily noticed if you visited Cleveland. Not a lot of exquisitely beautiful women here. Or Cleveland. Sean McCabe. Roxy, should Rocha shave my beard? Yeah, there was a discussion yesterday that Rocha wanted to shave Sean's beard.
I think Sean's beard Rocha to shave your beard?
But I think Sean's beard is great.
I never mind a beard as long as you keep it super clean. When I see food particles in somebody's beard, I want to.
Yeah. He seems like a clean dude. He looks like a Viking. He looks like Game of Thrones. Crystal, more support there. Crystal's not letting you go. 145. 145.
Go, Crystal. Go,
very nuts.
Crystal,
all right, it's time to go. Thank you for being here.
That's
everybody.
what you say.
I really appreciate it.
Did I annoy you tonight or no? Or today?
A little bit.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
6.
You didn't annoy me today.
No, I don't know if that's true. 4.
6 is high.
That's too high.
6 is you annoyed me more than you didn't.
That's not accurate. But 3.5.
Fair.
3.5.
3.5 to 4 is fair. Yeah. No, I was on one today.
Yeah, it's all right. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. Well, Crystal's not letting you go.
What's our number?
You're at 147.
Kristian numbers.
I know. Okay. I'm excited to see everybody at 4:30. I appreciate it. And that's it. So make sure, please, Luke, one more time, throw that link in for the Clips channel so people can go and subscribe. It's not hard to get us to 10K. You guys can do it. Throw it in there. Let's do it. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We got a new member. David's going to be in there. David, you got to be in the stream at 4:30. Join that stream. 149. Look at that. Look at that.
It's almost 150.
Almost. I'm sure we'll be by the time I hit the credits. We'll probably get to 150. So, Roxy.
This is the end.
No, please. Oh, someone
look. My only friend.
Cut it out. Crystal gifted 1 membership, and there you go. So with that, 150 for Roxinator. Time for everybody to get going. Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye. Hey, I'm just kidding. Now, watch this